I am a registered and licensed dietitian nutritionist, and I worked for a number of years in the healthcare industry with end-stage organ disease. And after staying home with my kids for a few years, I became a health coach and worked with an online health and wellness company and worked with a lot of people with disordered eating issues in that capacity, and really had a heart for what the issue was. But I also had dealt with it in my own past. And so when I saw the depths that some people had been, first I was grateful that I didn't go that far. But man, what the need was for people to really know what the truth was. And that's really where my connection with disordered eating and a real passion for helping people get out of it began. Oh, I think the biggest thing that has drawn me to it is that it's faith-based, and it's using the truth of God's Word. And the identity issue is really at the heart of it, is you either identify as God has created you to be, or you identify with the world who tries to label you to be. And it's funny because it's really not just with disordered eating, it's with any kind of identity. It could be as an athlete, it could be as a swimmer, it could be as a teacher, it could be as whatever. If you are identifying with an identity of a position versus an identity as a person, that really is key. And because Eyes Wide Open is so faith-based and it's bringing people back to the truth of God's Word, that is what makes it so much different than just a program. Well, as you know, the diet culture world has really bended people's minds in terms of how they can see themselves, and having a chance to be able to guide people through. Having been in it myself, I guided myself out. I didn't have a program to help me, to guide me out. But I did use the truth of God's Word to do it. And so the ability to be able to have something concrete to lead people through and just be a guide and a coach to help them find the scriptural truth, that is exciting to be able to be a part of that process. My biggest takeaway every time I've done it, it's been the same, that the enemy sabotages in the middle of the process because the work is hard and the enemy does not want to let go of people. And so they will use the truth that hits them in the face, that becomes overwhelming. Emotional resiliency is something that has to be developed, and it takes work, and the enemy wants to sabotage that. And the people who break through that, the people who understand and accept it, take the coaching we give them to say, we know that we're going to get to a couple of weeks that are going to be difficult, lean into it, don't resist it. Those people have wonderful breakthroughs at the end. But there are some people that just that fear gets the better of them and they just can't. And that's heartbreaking because you know that the freedom is just around the corner if they would just press in.